review of two shows from last night, Night Callers and Bigfoot Busters for May 23rd, 2010. Two great shows, I thought. On Night Callers, the guest was Bill Dranginis, and he discussed his 1995 sighting along with two FBI agents. He sort of went into it in detail, as he's always done, and his story has not changed since 1995. That was the only sighting he's ever had. He also talked about how critical thinking should be applied in the field. He talked about his I Gotcha Cam system, which is that website will be available in about 2 weeks. He said it'll be www.igotcha.com. That's EYEGOTCHA.com. And he's got the I Gotcha camera system that he's offering. The least expensive unit that he has available, or will have available, is only $149, which is pretty reasonable for the squatcher on a budget, I think. And then he has the more high-end products, which they'll run you a little bit more money. But overall, he's got some great stuff going on there. And then he was only on for like 45 minutes because he was racing a storm home. And then, let's see, Footers in the Field, what I got to hear of it. I may have gotten to hear the whole thing. Or I might not have, because I was having some issues with my computer. Matter of fact, yeah, I was having issues with my computer, so I didn't hear all of Footers. Not even sure what it was about. It was about protecting exotic species, I believe it was. And then the show got into a bit of a roundtable discussion about sounds that Miss Laurie Phillips has recorded in the field, which are of possible Sasquatch origin. Some owl sounds in there as well, but there's also a possibility of Sasquatch sounds in there. And I called into the show and discussed last weekend's Ohio Bigfoot Conference. Also mentioned that I'm now, there's an interview with me by J. Michael on the internet at conundrumstv.blogspot.com, which can be seen there. Me discussing the Ohio Bigfoot Conference, Jay asking me about it. There was something else. Somebody else had called in after me. I don't remember who that was. I don't really remember. Anyway, Bill Green got his standard question asked and answered by Bill Dranginis, as usual, as per usual. Other than that, it was a pretty great show. I'm not sure what Laurie, Luke, Lauren, and JB have planned for next week, but it will begin at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. www.blogtalkradio.com/nightcallers. Then over on Bigfoot Busters, they had Bill Munns on to discuss his work on the Patterson-Gimlin film. And he discussed quite a bit of the research he's done into the film, some of the different techniques that he's used as far as his computer. He's used computer graphics and things of that nature. He says he's talked about how there have been copies made of copies of the film, that John Green has one copy, Mrs. Patterson has one, and I didn't know this, Bob Gimlin has a copy of the Patterson-Gimlin film. The film, I'm talking about on film, I'm not talking about video or DVD or anything like that. And Bill is still working on the film, still doing tremendous work on it. He sort of addressed one issue very well, and that was the possibility that there may have been a gunshot, and that she may have been shot. He cannot see any evidence of that. he mentioned that he cannot see one bit of evidence that there was any shooting at all. That there was a supposed muzzle flash, which he said could be explained away by, any sort of light anomaly on the film or anything like that. I called in to the show and I told Bill that Larry Lund had said, because Bill was talking about the fact that there are places on the film where the film seems to start and stop. And I told him that Larry Lund had said that he had a hand crank. He would watch the Patterson-Gimlin film frame by frame with a borrowed copy from Renee DeHinden. And that he noticed there were little white spots in certain places, 2 or 3 places in the film. And I told him that Larry's speculation was that Patterson's finger slipped off the trigger of the camera, and as he was running and stumbling and trying to catch up with Patty. And that was the whole reason why you saw the little white spots in the film that would appear, and there'd be nothing there. There'd be nothing there, and then it jumps to another scene. Anyway, and I also asked him about the project that Mrs. Patterson is embarking on to perhaps make copies, digital stabilization copies of the film available to the public. And Bill is still in the process of working on that, and there's a possibility that Mrs. Patterson may indeed make available to researchers and to interested parties copies of the film, excellent copies, digitized and stabilized by Bill Munns himself. So, very exciting stuff going on there. All in all, 2 great shows last night. I really enjoyed both of them. And let's see, what's coming up. I'm not sure what's coming up for next week on Bigfoot Busters, but it'll be www.blogtalkradio.com/TCSJRBigfoot. 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Oh, and I also told Bill that Bob Gimlin mentioned him quite favorably last weekend at the Ohio Bigfoot Conference. And let's see, as far as tonight goes, Sasquatch Watch Radio, Billy and Mike will be welcoming back to the show Scott Marlowe, the Pangea Institute. That'll be at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/SasquatchWatchRadio. And as always, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research.